What to do, baby? Yeah, back at it. Film studying in your respective sport is crucial to your evolving, to you evolving and your evolution and your progress in whatever sport that you are competing in. You have to study your positive traits in the film, all the things that you do that work for you, all the things that you do that make your team better, all the things that perhaps your team is where it's not is doing great at, that makes them win, the strengths. And when you're also watching your tapes, you got to make sure that you're also spotting out your weaknesses. That's if you're that person who has no ego to the point where they can criticize and self-critique themselves, because some athletes are fragile, especially these modern day and age athletes. you know do you have that sort of mental strength and discipline to go back and see things that you may perhaps didn't see in the first tape watch, or the third tape, or the second tape watch? Sometimes I'd be watching my tapes 12 times and I'd be seeing new shit every time I watch my tapes. And it's like, you know, you are never the perfect athlete when you watch film tapes. And I think that's why a lot of athletes avoid watching themselves. A lot of artists, film artists, avoid watching themselves because they just can't handle that sort of pressure that their mind tells themselves, the self-doubt in their mind. They can't handle that. Some people can handle it. I can handle it because I use it as discipline to sharpen myself and to sharpen my skills. That's what I use it for. Now, of course, it's hard, watching yourself and having to self-critique whilst also balancing out the good that you do in the film. You have to love yourself to be thinking like that. You can be that crazy athlete that just self-critique themselves or herself all the time to the point it drives them insane, makes them a bad person. Got to think of yourself as a person, as an elite athlete. Elite athletes are very mentally sharp, making them very great people to society. You know, being a great person will make you a better athlete, just soulful wise. Also helps you manifest your goals better, makes you perform better, just having a great mindset and self-critiquing yourself in a more positive way. Yeah. There's some athletes that don't film study, not because of the things I've just mentioned, but because they don't think that it's necessary. And I get it, some of them want to just see and feel the things that they need to work on. But it's like, that's cool, but wouldn't that be even better if you had a third party who's just shooting and filming you, and you can just go back to the things that you do and your behaviors and your mannerisms while still understanding the feeling? You see, balance. But that's just me, you know, because balance is needed when it comes to film studying. You can't film study too much, but you can film study enough to know your strengths and your weaknesses and work on them and train. That's at least what I do, because I have a certain level of detachment from these film studies. I know that at that point, I'm not seeing 100%, or I'm going 60% in that film take, or I'm going 70, or I'm going 20%, or I'm going 40%. I know, I'm aware, I'm consciously aware that I'm not performing at game day performances or match day performances when I'm watching myself on film. And because of that, I'm able enough to detach myself from whatever it is I did there, good or bad, knowing that I still have to work on specifics to be even better on match day and game day. You see, at least that's how I work. Some athletes just have different ways of operating. Everybody has different ways of operating, and that's cool. But film studying is ultimately very important for any sports that you're competing in. Just helps better your game psychologically, even better. Helps you improve mentally, physically. You know the things you have to improve because you've been studying the tapes. So this is the Reclusive Artist 33. I'm out.